as you know, there's been a significant investment in LNG infrastructure in Western Australia. So they would predominantly, other than North West Shelf, which has been going for about 20 years, the Gorgon project, the Ichthys project, admittedly Northern Territory, and also the Wheatstone project, significant investment there. And what the rationale for saying, well, the infrastructure's there, the ports have been built, the airports have been upgraded, so therefore the cost that is often talked about of building LNG facilities in Australia, is it really the cost of building these brownfields infrastructure projects? So therefore, with the demand that we see, or certainly we believe and is predicted over years to come for gas, I think large super major oil and gas companies won't sit back and rest on their laurels. They'll try to maximise their returns on those assets. How that pans out then for the mid-cap and the smaller organisations, I think it will present opportunities. There's a lot of stranded gas fields off the coast of Western Australia, therefore opportunities will present to meet that demand.
Those stranded gas fields, aren't they more likely to be exploited by floating LNG rather than tying into existing
Agreed. No,
infrastructure?
absolutely agreed. And no doubt aware, there's already projects in play around that. Yes, Prelude was one, but it's looking at obviously the smaller projects and how that can be done on a more economic and commercial basis without the significant capital investment that, I add Prelude to the other ones. There is opportunity for those smaller FLNG projects to take off. But also the fields for the other projects are there.
Why this belief that there is going to be a gas expansion in the projects in Australia and LNG when we're seeing talk of a predicted gas glut for at least a decade?
These things do take a while for decisions to be made. Our view is, over time, once these projects are operational and the revenues do start to flow in, and going back to the reliability of Australia as a supplier, there is opportunity to leverage that. And energy demand over time, I think, is predicted to increase globally.
It's been put forward that perhaps gas could be taken from Western Australia, piped over to Moomba to provide gas for the eastern seaboard. There's been a lot of discussion, companies, governments. You think it will come off?
Our view is that there is opportunity for innovation, different projects. I think it's putting out there to, what are alternatives to meet the demand. Renewables is a significant part of that, or a part of that, but, there is a significant supply of gas in Western Australia, so it's not only, consideration and potential for that gas pipeline, it's also, putting out ideas to export LNG from the West Coast to the East Coast.
And are you LNG to the East Coast, around the bottom of Australia and regasify?
Absolutely, yeah. Yep. Just in the same way that LNG is exported into Asia.